Hello everyone, my name's Bobmich and welcome to the Anvil Aerospace Expo. So I wanted to do this in a funny sort of like blog recording with VoIP, but VoIP is still a bit wobbly and isn't working properly, and it was being really funny unless I was wearing a space helmet, so I'm afraid first person view is going to have to settle to do. So what is this? This is the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. This is CIG's way of presenting the anniversary sale that they do every year in an in-game format for us all. So instead of us just, being able to visit the website, as part of the free flight event that we have, we can now wander up to any of the ships here that are on the show floor that are flyable, and we can rent them for 24 hours, as shown here by Anvil's new ship, which is the Arrow. So this is a very, very light fighter, which I'll probably do another video on shortly. So this is, I would say, Anvil's answer to the Saber, because it's a very light and manoeuvrable fighter. It packs a lot of punch, but I don't think it will be able to take a great deal of damage. It's almost very much like a glass cannon, and it looks to be deployed from carriers and other ships, that are meant to carry other ships into combat, because it's very small and I imagine it has a very short range. If we continue around the show floor, on the left here you can see we've got the Anvil Hornet Ghost. So this is the stealth version of the Hornet, so not that much to firepower to it, but it's meant to be stealthy, sneaky and undetectable. On this side, on the right here, we've got the military Super Hornet. So this is the one with all the guns and the big shiny things that stick out and are meant to blow things up. So this is very much the combat version of that Hornet. We can step out further onto the show floor, and even in this massive hangar here you can see that the boarding sort of goes halfway through, so they haven't even used half of the show floor space here for these ships. In the middle here we've got the Valkyrie, and again all highlights up. This is the new dropship. On the left of the Valkyrie we've got the Tracker, so this is the one that doesn't have all that much firepower, but it's designed to have a massive scanning dome on the top, as you can see. Continuing further to the left, we've got the Terrapin, so this is the exploration pathfinding ship. And next to that we've got the Hurricane, which is the two-man gunship. And very specially, hidden away in the corner here is sort of like the concept grey box model of the Anvil Hawk. Now we can't rent this one. This is the new bounty hunting ship that is yet to be flyable, but now that it's in a grey box phase, CIG are doing things like this expo, and they can put the models into the game for us to come and have a look at. And this looks very cool. I love the cockpit, where it's got like the viewable sections both on top and bottom of the cockpit, and evidently all these wings and everything all fold out. So this is meant to be a bounty hunting ship, and you can stuff your quarry into the rear section here. I'm not sure if that's how you get in as well, to access the cockpit itself, or maybe it's just a normal cockpit where you can climb to the side. I am not sure yet, but either way it looks very, very cool. Again, not my kind of ship because I am not a combat pilot, but I love the look of this thing. So we'll do a quick run back to the center section. Being inside, of course, we don't need a helmet to live here. As you can see, myself and all the other NPCs and people walking around, we don't have to have environment suits on, although this chap has got his suit on. On the right hand side here, starting out, we've got the Hornet Wildfire. So this is a special armament variant of the Hornet. So like the Saber and the Avenger have their own special variants. This is the Hornet version, which is the Wildfire with a giant Gatling on top there. Moving further along, we have the Gladiator, which is Anvil's like a dive bomber, so a two-man dive bomber. Next to this is the normal F7A variant. So this is a military variant of the Hornet that we don't have yet as a flyable ship, but I know that it's something that a lot of people in synchronizers are looking forward to. So it's another military version of the Hornet that is yet to be flyable by players. And what most people would argue as the big one is the F8 Lightning here, buried away in this corner. And I have to say, even as I've repeatedly pointed out, not a fighter pilot and a military person, this thing looks incredible. So it's got a very swish looking cockpit and all these sweeping lines. It's also armed to the teeth with these laser repeaters underneath, and then two different sized guns under the wingtips. So you can see it's got, I think, a size 4 and then a size 3 weapon alongside it. And it's got, I think, again, size 3 weapons on top there. You can see the missiles hidden away in that little pod on the winglet. Same again, another laser repeater and two different size weapons here, another one on top. And if we try and sneak around the back here, you can see that even the engine on this thing is a little bit strange, because it's got these sort of 3 separate pods of 4 engine thrusters, as opposed to, you know, big thrusters everywhere. And you can even see things like the flare launchers on this, so it's very, very, very cool. It looks amazing, but at the minute it is not something that we can purchase. Right now the F8 is only available to people who spend $10,000 on the game, and it's a concierge reward. So you can, you know, all have your own different opinions on that. I think it's fine. You know, at the end of the day, we will be able to buy these in game eventually. They may do a sale for them eventually. I just don't think it's something that we're going to see anytime soon. But either way, this ship looks amazing. There we go then. That's the current show floor of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. So this is day 1 of the expo. It's obviously continuing right through until the November the 30th, I think, because that's when basically all the ships will have been shown and they'll have all gone through on the sale. That's when the free fly event ends. So if you haven't, you know, made an account and you haven't wanted to come and play the game, then please do. You can come and visit this show floor for yourself, and you can rent any of the ships here that are currently flyable. So all of the ones that I've run up to, apart from the Hawk and the Lightning and that different version of the Hornet buried in the corner there. Come and have a look for yourself. Now, as I said, you can go up to any of the ships and rent them for 24 hours. And that is exactly what we've done here with the Arrow, which is the new fighter ship. You can see someone's bringing a hammerhead in there. And there's a Valkyrie over there. There we go. There's the Arrow folding out. So it's kind of hard to put it into a scale at the moment, but this thing really, really is well, compared to a lot of other ships, it's very, very small. It's tiny. And I think that's because, as I said when I was walking around it, it's meant to be something that you fit into a carrier ship, like an Idris or a Javelin, even the Kraken. You know, you can have several of them on the deck there, and the wings fold up so it can fit into a smaller space. And it has a lot of weapons on it, there's no doubt about that. It's got the turret on top there, and then it's got the Gatling repeaters underneath and plenty of missiles. But I fear that it's very much a glass cannon. Like, it's designed to deliver a hefty punch but not be that defensible, because it looks very flimsy, especially when the winglets are folded up and it's in its landing mode. But apart from that, I think it looks really cool. A lot of people weren't happy with the you know, the overall design of it. They thought it looked very basic and simple, and spaceships, at the end of the day, they don't have to look complicated. They don't all have to look like they're from, you know, the year 5 million or whatever. This thing looks simple, it looks effective. It's, you know, I think it's meant to be something that's just stacked easily inside of a carrier that's easily replaceable, or, you know, easy to mend if something breaks. It's meant as a, what I think, like a light strike fighter. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Anyway, that is essentially day one of the expo that we've got now, and this is a quick look at said expo and the Anvil Arrow. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.